Today, I'm going to tell you how to double, if not triple, your stimulus check with 3 easy methods. Hey guys, George here, and hopefully some of you have already gotten your stimulus check. If not, it's been sent out and you should be getting it within 2 weeks. Remember guys, if you don't know where your stimulus check is and you want to know when you're getting it, go to Get My Payment on the irs.gov website. Links down below. So if anybody's been paying attention lately and you flip on the TV, basically every channel is saying right now that the world is exploding, the economy's melting, coronavirus 8.0 or whatever the new coronavirus name is, and there's nothing we can do about it. But in the meantime, while everything's exploding, the stock market keeps going up, and I can't even see it anymore. That's how high it's gone. So the best thing I think, in my opinion, we can do with our money is try to use the market to our advantage during these interesting times. Now, the first method I'm going to talk about today involves the stock market. In general, you can expect to double your investment within 5 to 10 years in the stock market, but recently things have been a little expedited. And that's mainly because people have had so much more interest, especially the retail investor, in the market itself. So I'm going to tell you guys my favorite top 3 sectors to invest in the market that can potentially 2 or 3 times your initial investment. First off, we got recovery stocks. These companies have still not recovered from their initial crash in March. They've been slammed by coronavirus. While everything's been going through the roof, these stocks really haven't moved as much as the other ones because they're recovery stocks, and we call them recovery stocks because they still haven't recovered yet from the coronavirus. And most of these companies have to do with either travel companies, airline companies, retail companies, companies that have been affected by the virus the most, by this pandemic, and not being able to get out of the house. So the mindset is, once this pandemic is over and people can start going outside of their houses again, these companies will really start to skyrocket again. Think of American Airlines, Blockbuster, Expedia. These companies really got hit hard, and some of them have started to creep back with the pandemic starting to ease up, but they're not at their full potential yet. Now, this next sector in the market is relatively safe. You don't get as much return, but it's nice, safe, and secure. Just in case one of these 20 bubbles these analysts are talking about explode, you should be good. Think of McDonald's, AT&T, utility companies. Most of these companies aren't going anywhere, and no matter what happens, they're going to be around. You're always going to need utilities. You're always going to need a cell phone, and probably you don't always need McDonald's, but McDonald's isn't going anywhere. Like I said, these stocks don't grow much, but they do give you passive income every year. They give 3 to 4% dividends. That means at the end of the year, they pay you for owning it. And these stocks are really known as the aristocrat dividend stocks because they keep growing in their dividend. They keep paying yearly more and more in their dividends. So it's a really, really nice method if you really want to create that passive income. And you don't have to worry about them going to zero. They really don't move. Even with the pandemic, AT&T hardly moved. So nice, safe, and passive. All great key features. Now, my favorite sector in the market right now is growth. Good old growth sector. The growth sector is known to be a little more volatile, but you do have the potential to 3 to 5x your initial investment. That's a lot of return. But with a lot of return comes risk itself. Just this year alone, some companies tripled or even quadrupled their worth. That is ridiculous when it comes to the market. You expect 5 to 10 years for 100% growth. These companies went up 3 to 500%. And no, guys, I am not talking about GameStop. Completely different animal. So instead of GameStop, think of companies like Tesla, CCIV, Square, Etsy. They've all done really, really well. The one thing all of these companies have in common is that they are innovative. They're pushing the boundary. They're creating something new that potentially everyone will use in the future. And that's why there's so much potential behind them, because they start out small, but they grow and grow and grow. Think Amazon. Like I said, they are risky and they move, so they're more volatile, but there's a big upside. But on the flip on that, is that if the company doesn't deliver with what they're promising, it just drops off and then you lose a lot of your investment. That's why you got to be careful with these stocks, and you have to really do your research and invest in something you believe in. So be careful with what you pick. I wouldn't recommend putting all your money into BlackBerry, AMC, or GameStop, but that's just my opinion. The second place you can put your stimulus check to use is in real estate. I really don't understand how the market's been soaring consistently with people losing their jobs, unemployed, companies going bankrupt. Meanwhile, the real estate market just keeps going up and up and up. They've estimated that it's going to go up another 10% within this year. That's ridiculous for being in a pandemic. But right now, I know one thing. Interest rates are the lowest they've ever been. If you can get a loan, if you have credit, and you can put a minimum down payment on a house that's in a good area that you can make a good buy on, meaning it's not too expensive, it's under market value, but you have that little wedge, right? So if, let's say, the house you're looking at is $100,000, but all fixed up because it just needs a little face work is about $150,000 to $200,000, that's a really good deal. You don't want to buy at market value or above market value because then you're just wasting your money. Assuming it's for an investment. If you want to live there, complete different thing. But with real estate comes that increased reward. You can get more for your money. So you can put 5 to 10% down and get a $300,000 investment. You can't do that with stocks. It's really, really difficult to make tons of money with stocks in the beginning, but it's a lot easier with real estate. And real estate's a weird thing where you gain money but go into debt, but your debt isn't considered debt, it's good debt, right? And this is really good because in the future with inflation going up, your mortgage isn't going to change. So you can hedge, bet against inflation with real estate because your payment's going to be the same. You have a fixed rate, that's not changing. Your house will be worth the same to the bank when you're paying it back, but it just appreciates in value. So you're actually gaining a lot of money just holding your real estate long term. Just remember, for this step, you need a secure income. Don't go in without a job. Don't go in with no money saved up. You have to make your payments or you're risking everything and it's not worth it. Now, my third and final investment tip is very simple. All you have to do is go find Jay Powell, right, the Federal Reserve head, and ask him for his money printer. And then you just start churning it out and just printing it just like they do. And then you never have any problems. I'm pretty sure you can get one with your stimulus check. It's very simple. Joking aside, something that has felt like a money printer lately is Bitcoin. Bitcoin and crypto have been my favorite investments during this pandemic of all. They've performed so well. People love investing into cryptocurrency when everything's just exploding because you can have that security in crypto. You don't have to worry about your government printing too much money. You don't have to worry about people not having jobs because cryptocurrency is the currency of the people. If you believe in it, you put money into it and its value goes up. So it's based on what people put in, not based on how much money you're printing and how much that's going to inflate. It has a set value. Now, it's also finite, meaning there's not an unlimited supply. You can't just print out more Bitcoin. Once it's done, it's done. Because put this in your head. Every country right now is printing money. They don't have jobs. Unemployment through the roof. So much to pay because of Corona, but everybody's fine. And people who really look into this understand something sooner or later is going to fall. And they want to be prepared. And that's why they're investing in crypto, for their safe fall. Because the money printer is not going to be there forever, guys. And with Bitcoin at current prices, even now, people are estimating it's going to 3 or 4x within the next couple years. By the end of the year, they're saying it's $100,000. Within 10 to 15 years, they're saying $1 million per coin. And that's all if it doesn't become the currency of the world, which in my opinion, I don't really see it happening. I don't see the dollar just disappearing and Bitcoin being the one-all be-all, but I do see in the future that Bitcoin will be used more. And if it does by some weird means become the currency that everybody uses, the price per coin would be ridiculous.
What, like $3-4 million?
It would be absurd. Regardless of whatever investment strategy you choose to do with your stimulus check, just remember, you can just sit back and relax if you don't want to think about investing in it. It's never bad to have money on the side. Emergency funds, you need an emergency fund just in case something happens. Plus, if you're close to retirement and you don't need to do this, just relax. Or you can put your money into bonds, something very safe so you don't need the headache of always maintaining real estate, seeing how Bitcoin price is doing, seeing the stock market fluctuate. You don't need that if you're about to retire. So put your money into something safe where you don't have to worry about it. Now, me personally, I'm diversified into two sectors right now: cryptocurrency, mainly Bitcoin, and growth in stocks. I have a high conviction rate for these two sectors, meaning I have a strong belief that they're going to do amazing in the long run. So I am risking it all and putting my bet for those two sectors because I really think it's going to pay out. And hopefully once this is all over, people start learning better habits. Companies start learning better methods. Governments start to learn how to prevent this from happening, or if this were to happen, fail safes. So we don't need to just print money. Everybody loses their job and nobody knows what to do. This is the first time this has really happened in our modern day era. So hopefully this is a learning curve that we can get better from. Now, if you don't already have an account to invest in stocks or crypto, head over to Robinhood, sign up, get your free stock, then head over to Webull, sign up, get more free stocks, just free stocks everywhere, and make an account. It's super easy and quick. So are you guys investing your stimulus check, or are you just sitting back and saving it? Let me know in the comments below. I'm just some random YouTuber, so do your own research and never, never invest what you can't afford to lose. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next time.